Welcome back, everybody, to a new show called Sanity Lost. This is the first play of 2024, as we have not talked with each other since 2023.
Apart from the chat.
Yeah.
I had to double check to make sure that it was 2024. How crazy would it be if I released this on 2026? Like we finished the one arc, and then next year we
2026. You skipped an entire year.
I skipped apparently 2 years.
Time Traveler released this in 2021.
I was gonna say. What's happening?
Man.
Just took
We
a
don't know what year it is.
very long, unexplained highatus midway through the podcast.
There is a podcast that when I first listened to podcast that did that.
Yeah.
And I think later learned that there was internal issues happening between them and the company, but it's honestly, if people listened, I forget what it's called, but I think it's like Tomes, and I know I mentioned it before on the podcast because they were the ones that were like a dark actual play, and I made a joke about it. But that was my introduction to people role playing and being their characters rather than just I'm a goofy host from another goofy show and I'm just being myself slightly. Not that I have a problem with them, because there's some that I listen to that do that, but it would be the one where I remember a person decide their character was a monk, and the way they showed their monk path was when it activated, their like rib cage flayed open like flesh wings and all this other stuff, and I'm like,
Jeez.
I don't even know what I'm listening to. But I don't remember that in D&D.
Well, it's there now.
Yeah. It's I wish I could remember what it's called. I don't even know if it's still up. But how is everyone's Christmas a month later? Because this comes out soon. This comes out on the 29th of January. There's a dog.
There is a dog.
Our dogs
This is
are
a dog.
being weird. They're being
This is
weird.
a dog-assisted recording session.
Here we go, audio listeners. If and it'll be real fun. Just
Can I
cut
pet
out
that
the whole
dog?
dog.
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
Sorry. Both of my dogs are having literal meltdowns tonight. So sorry, everyone listening and watching. I had to go carry a dog to a bed.
So was that Chernobyl or 3 Mile Island?
Oh, I don't know, John. What is it? Chernobyl or 3 Mile Island tonight? It feels like Chernobyl.
No, I was saying that's the name of one of your dogs, and the other dog's named the other one.
No.
Oh, yeah. I think I was.
You guys don't name your pets
Both
after
of them.
natural and unnatural disasters?
I was thinking more in terms of like, what is the level of meltdown? Because both of those would be appropriate.
Apparently, when your area doesn't have snow for 2 or 3 years, your dogs forget what it is and then lose their minds. So.
Oh my gosh.
What is I think you call it snow? What is that?
Yeah, for all you people down south, it's cocaine that falls from the sky.
Oh, right. Now I gotcha.
Hold on, I gotta go outside.
I might actually get close to freezing around here this week.
You know what?
Oh.
I have a problem with Florida.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So do many people.
I, like some people, was there this past weekend.
Why were you in Florida?
My brother graduated from bomb school.
Bomb school.
Did you have a blast?
I didn't. But let me tell you what, apparently nobody wanted to fly into Florida because I spent 27 hours in an airport.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
horrible. Was it because of the storms?
Yeah.
Where were you flying out of?
Pensacola.
So nobody wanted to fly in, or they weren't flying into Philly?
They weren't flying. Yeah, I was returning.
Yeah.
So,
That's brutal.
which, yeah, it wasn't great,
Oh.
but, overall, it was just like, well, I'm glad that I actually parked in the economy lot at the airport.
Yeah.
But anyway, I get there, and so here, I'll share what I thought was going to be the funny story of this trip, because I always have the worst luck going to the airports. I think this trip, the universe, the world, the creators and holder of luck, looked at me and said, y'all, you didn't go anywhere during COVID. We got some build up for you.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
So I found out. Okay, so in my mind, I want to go to the airport. My flight's at 6 to go down to Florida. So in my mind, hey, let me just at 2:00 in the morning. I'll just stay up, go get a little snack or something, drive down to the airport, get situated, get there around 3:00. All I'm bringing is a backpack because I'm only staying one night, and I'm coming back.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. It's all cool. I'll do that. Found out that the Philadelphia airport does not open the TSA lines until 4 to 4:30, depending on when people want to show up. Wish that was shared anywhere.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So you just sit for an hour and a half just waiting.
it was close to an hour, but
Yeah.
apparently I wasn't the only one. So
Yeah.
So anyway, we're all standing there, and at this point, I'm getting close to almost being up for 24 hours. Because I didn't go to sleep, because I'm like, I'm going to go, just get in there, sleep at the terminal, sleep on a plane, whatever. No big deal. I get there and go through the lines finally after standing there for about an hour or so. And then the machine goes off. Like, I send my bag through, and then I get scanned, and they're like, sir, if you could step over here. And I'm like, okay. And they check the one guy, and it's cool. He goes, and then I turn around, and I see that, because I dressed to be comfortable. I'm like, I'm waking up or I'm going on the plane this early, flying, whatever. I'm going to be comfortable. I don't care what I look like. So I got, like, kind of comfy clothes on.
Uh-huh.
I turn around, and I see the little boxes that they're like, hey, something will be here. And I was like, yeah, something is there, because that's my crotch. So
What?
so they're like, sir, the machine let us know that there's something in your crotch and anus, and I'm like, no, there's definitely nothing there.
Oh my gosh.
If it is, I gotta go to the bathroom. But he's like, sir, I'm just gonna, and he was going to explain it. At this point, I'm like, dude, I don't care, just get it done. He's like, we can go in the back if you want to go. It wasn't like a cavity search.
My gosh.
And so I got a little touchy-feely. Well, I was touched and felt by the security guard, and got my bag, put my shoes on. I'm like, whatever, get to my place, sleep. And I was like, yeah, go figure. That's the worst that could happen, right? Well,
How does this get
Remind
worse than that?
me-
That's pretty bad.
Remind
That's
me
pretty bad.
never to travel with you.
I was gonna
At least
say.
nowhere involving an airplane.
oh, I'm gonna find a way now. Don't worry. Traveling with me is also safe. When I flew to Ireland with almost 20 some people, guess who was the only person that lost their luggage on the way over? Spoilers, it was me. And I didn't have clothes for like the first 2 days. So anyway, we're there. I'm there. I come back. I'm sitting in the airport. I'm like, cool, this is neat. And then I look up and see that my flight's delayed. I'm like, huh. Well, there's a good amount of time between my connecting flight. And then it got delayed again. And it kept getting delayed. And I was like, So I go up to the dude and I'm like, hey, I'm probably going to miss my connecting flight with the way this is getting delayed. Is there anything we can do? He's like, I can give you this one or this one that's later. I was like, just give me the later one. Just that way we're covered, we're safe, and everything's good. He's like, yeah, no problem. Well, that original flight kept getting delayed.
Oh my God.
And at this point, I'm getting hungry. So I go and get some food to where I get an alert on my phone. Flight's been canceled.
Oh my gosh.
And I just look up and I see the line. And so originally my flight was from there to Charlotte to Philly.
Okay.
So I'm looking through and I'm like, no, nothing here. So I bring up the phone app and they're like, hey, you can go to Fort Worth and from Fort Worth fly to Philadelphia. You'll get in like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, sounds good to me. It's like I'm still getting home. So that's what I go and do. I set that in there to where an hour or two later that I see that flight's getting delayed.
Oh no.
And that flight kept getting delayed. And at that point, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Because in my thought, I was like, hey, if I go to this terminal, it's bigger than the Pensacola one. So maybe I can get another flight from there. But this one just kept getting pushed back to where I'm just like, and then I look over and I see that they're like, hey, we're boarding for Charlotte. And I'm like, maybe I can get on this one. Apparently I wasn't the only one that had that idea. So someone went and asked and they're like, hey, if anyone's trying to get on this flight, no. I'm like,
Ugh.
okay, whatever. It's like, if I didn't ask, that was going to be the answer anyway.
Yeah, sure.
So
You gotta try.
So anyway, I'm looking at this, and it's just, I found out that the plane from Fort Worth literally hasn't taken off yet.
Wow.
And I'm like, by the time that gets there and back, I'm missing my connecting flight.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's 5, 6 o'clock.
In
I've
the
been
morning?
There, no. In
At
the
night.
afternoon.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I've been there since 11. And so I go up to the guy and I'm like, hey, I'm going to miss my connecting flight. What can we do? And he's like, there's not much. I can get you on a flight from here to DC and DC to Philly, but it doesn't leave till 6 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, hey, if that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. It's like, just get me on there.
Jeez.
So he does. And I'm like, cool. So now I am caught in a dilemma of
The only one you've been in for the
what
last
am
24
I going
hours.
to do now? Because this terminal is the size of a hallway.
Yeah, that was your return flight, right?
Oh.
That was my return flight. That's when I started joking with Nite and saying, Nite, why are you such a terrible friend not coming to pick me up?
I was streaming at the time.
Yeah. Well, I also was sending those messages beforehand, too.
He's like, no excuses.
Yeah.
No excuses, Nite.
But anyway, so my thought was, I don't feel like spending $130 plus transportation on another hotel room.
Yeah.
So
See.
I'm just going to stay in the
See,
in the
that's
terminal.
also where you go to say, hey, airline,
Yeah.
you canceled the flight that I was supposed to be on. Comp. Give me a
Yeah.
comp hotel. And
Yeah.
they are... It's one of those things that you have to actually ask for it, but there is stuff in the tickets that generally requires them to do that, or you can usually get it out of them in terms of it's better for them to do that than the bad publicity that comes from not doing it.
Yeah,
Just like pull up Twitter while you're talking to them and be like,
Yeah. Like adding them.
uh-huh.
The only thing was that it wasn't their fault. It was all weather related, and
That
so
doesn't
No.
matter too
I'm
much.
like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know, like, I was like, I don't care enough.
the big key to that one is it's a huge amount in how you treat the people as well. That if you're like, hey, I know it's the weather, but the flight was canceled. Can you get me a hotel as part of it? And
or I'll kill your whole family.
As long as you're polite with it, then usually that goes a long way.
I will pull the bomb out of my anus that you missed and blow up this airport.
That Philadelphia missed. It's called the P bomb. P stands for poop.
That's funny. Or it's funny that you talk about that, because when we were out west hiking, when we came back, I had forgotten to take one of my giant knives out of my hiking bag and put it in my checked luggage. And so I had it, and I had no idea it was in there, and sent it right through their scanner. Nobody paid any attention or saw it. I didn't notice until we got home, and I'm unpacking my bag, and I was like, how in the world did this get through? Because this is big and obvious.
Hey, I've had airports tell me so dramatically varying differences in the rules in travel that it's just kind of silly. I've had when I was traveling for work regularly, I had one trip where I had just a variety of small tools like screwdrivers and stuff in my carry-on, and one of them is a screwdriver about 6 inches or so long, and it was fine on the way out. On the way back, the TSA is like, "I'm sorry, you're going to need to check this." What? I brought it here in the same way.
Right.
But it doesn't pass through. Whatever. Just I'm not going to deal with the hassle. And I've also had the TSA tell me that my skydiving rig was going to explode. So.
Gosh.
That was one of my favorite trips, is traveling with skydiving rigs and having the TSA tell me that my parachute would explode. I hope not.
That is the opposite of what they're supposed to do.
Part of my things that my brother was able to do was pretty much bring bombs through TSA to help train the people.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And so there's pretty much he goes and does this, and if they get caught, he was telling me about it, and there was one time where this guy was freaking out because he's just he recognized what it was. He's like, no, and then they called over the supervisor, and the supervisor's just like, what's the problem? And he looks down, and is like, that's a brick of C4. and
your brother's just
well, there's something. There's a phrase that they say to be like, oh,
de-escalate it. Yeah.
It's like, okay, you're from the military, and they're just like, okay. And then the guy once he says do you want to go get a coffee in the break room? And the guy's who doesn't know, he's just like, dude, he's bringing what are you doing?
No, I want to leave this airport right now.
He's call the cops, and he's like, guy, chill out.
No, it's cool. We let them on occasionally, just to keep it interesting.
Yeah, but then he was telling another one is just pretty much his instructor's Payne, take this through, and it's he's there's no way they're ever gonna find this, but we need to do stuff like this so they'll finally update their technology. And I'm oh, well, that's comforting. But anyway, ready for Chapter 6?
You don't want to know how much theater all of that really is. You really don't.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that cop man wanted to touch my balls. But anyway,
it's all in the framing to make you feel secure.
I thought you were gonna say it's all in the wrist. I'm I don't want to know anymore.
Yes, totally that. Do you feel more secure being touched?
No. To be fair, I don't feel very secure in the States in general. But anyway, hey, guess what? Music. Maybe. I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Oh, there we go. Oh, got a little bit. whatever. So, we're in chapter 6. We're past that theoretical halfway point of this story.
Whoop whoop.
All right.
And you guys definitely completed that chapter 5 faster than intended, and with way less information than I would have hoped. But that's on you.
Well, that's how we play this game.
What even is that? Why would you say that?
Because
he wanted us to go down the stairs.
I did.
I tried. I tried. I really tried.
No, you tried too late. But hey.
I saw stairs and said, no! This is bad idea.
I saw a circus tent and said no.
You guys all saw stairs. Well, to be fair, August saw stairs up to the second floor and said no. They were real stairs. He was like, this is a building? Heck no. So anyway, that mission ended, and okay, peek behind the curtain for everyone listening here. For you guys, it's literally been 2 weeks since we ended that session. For us, I think it's been about a month. And I'm like,
pretty much.
I don't. They escaped the forest. They did all that. Y'all can listen back if you want, but you probably remember better than we do right now.
Yeah.
But
we all lived. That's what's important.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Unhappily ever after.
Happily ever after.
All of us
but
were
anyway,
fine.
And everyone got fondled in TSA. So. Oh man, can you imagine if Theodore was like a security TSA agent?
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
So creepy.
Talk about security theater.
Anyway. You guys, time has passed between the events of wherever my notes are for the things. I think it was 1972 was chapter 5. I'm stalling so I can open up my notes.
1972.
Oh yeah, it was February 29th, 1972. Because my brain thought there was more days after the 28th on certain years.
And there are. In this particular case, you were right.
But there's been more time that has transpired. What's really fun is I think we're getting really close to Charity Palooza stuff with this date. I think we're 2 years before. Now I'm curious. I know the Charity Palooza stuff's in here somewhere. Oh wait, did I put it in the Theodore tracker? Nope. I don't know where that note is. I probably deleted it.
What do you need?
I was wondering if I had remembered when the Charity Palooza. I think there was actually I could probably just go to my YouTube channel.
You mean the like crossover in the timeline?
Yeah. Let's see. Videos. If I scroll down far enough, I'll find it. That's the. Oh yeah. Oh cool. I put it here. Yeah, they're not very far. Okay, so the first Charity Palooza thing happened. That was in 1960.
Okay. So about 12 years before we arrive.
Yeah, what? 1960. That's when Centralia was just blowing up. Yeah, so 2 years after that of the first, the case of Happy's Hauntings, the Charity Palooza one. And then there was, June 3rd, 1983 is the second part.
Okay.
And this, the year that we're in now, is the following year. It is April 24th, 1984. However, there's some time that has passed between those days, as I now lost roll 20. There it is. And so, pretty much, one thing that I want to mention to the people listening is that there has been a slight change to the rune stuff. Now everybody can use whatever rune that they want. However, if it's not one of the ones they're trained in, they take a negative 30%, I think, to the roll. Yeah, so there's that. But everything can be used. However, now with that being said, the other thing that we rolled on, it'd be easier if I just scroll up to when I said everything.
That'd be too easy.
Yeah. So, in short, they had to roll to find out how many missions the SSD has put them on. They did tell me, and it's really funny because I think it really makes sense for how each character was played.
Yeah.
So yeah, August only went on one mission in the 12-year break. Adele went on 2, and David, being an overachiever, went on 3.
David just wants to see interesting things.
Or does interesting things want to see David?
Why not both?
Deep.
Okay, no los dos.
So, pretty much they did that, and they had some fun mechanical stuff that happened. However, there was another thing that within that time they were able to do therapy. If anybody here knows the rules of Call of Cthulhu, in short, you can roll on therapy for every month, I think it is. And I think I was like, hey, rather than roll therapy for 144 times, just do what do we say? Roll 1d12 to determine how many years you guys went to therapy, and then from there, I'm gonna read what I wrote. Roll a d100, and if you get under 60, if you roll under 60, then you can roll 1d6 to regain sanity. And then, yeah. So, some people went to. Let's go around the horn. Who? Well, everyone at least would go to 1 year of therapy. Does anyone have more than one? Does anybody only have one?
John.
Yeah.
I don't think he even intended to go to one.
No.
So like real life.
Actually, he has gone to therapy in real life, so take that back, Dave.
Never.
Everyone should go to therapy. I'm on board with it.
Says the therapist.
That's why I added it.
What'd you say, John?
I said, says the therapist.
Yeah, everyone should go to therapy so I can get paid.
Yes. Give me money, please.
Maybe this will be the year I'll take the ADD test.
I am not going to hold my breath.
I was going to say, I'm not
Don't hold your
breath.
breath. I need you to play it for at least 4 more chapters. Anyway, so we have that. Did therapy go well for August?
He didn't roll on it.
Not roll on it.
You have to let him try, because he said you have to do 1 year, so...
Alright, what am I rolling?
I mean...
You're going to roll D100, roll under 60.
I would imagine
fumble.
with the terror of that first mission that the SSD would have required you to go to therapy.
Yeah.
Like, you are going to go here. No, you do not have a choice.
I'm going to laugh if you fumble.
Yeah, I rolled a 62.
Okay, well, nothing changes.
Yep.
So he sits there the whole time with his arms crossed, just being like, it didn't happen. There's a scientific reason. It didn't happen.
Don't be here. That's going to be real fun for you.
So, August has 40 points in psychoanalysis, so he thinks he's fine. He thinks he has a handle on things.
But he's being his own therapist. Oh my gosh, you're so annoying.
And a 20 insanity at this point.
Hey.
35.
August reflects my own character sheet, so you know what? I'm okay with this. I think he's doing just fine.
I'm just cosplaying Dave Payne for my character.
You're... Oh man, that sucks for you. Don't get on an airplane.
Stay away from the TSA.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going up. Do we have 5 years or more?
I have more.
So I will say that I actually missed the line about rolling for the years and just took 12 years of therapy because I figured David would be just, as part of being in the SSD, would just be in therapy.
I mean, I actually rolled 12, so I also had 12 years of therapy. But that feels like it fits with who Adele is. And I think I imagine that rather than going to like a super like logical psychotherapist, she went to some like
hippie
spiritual spiritual guru therapist. Yeah,
she went
for
to
sure.
Woodstock.
Yeah, just smoked and danced and listened to music, and that was my therapy.
Meanwhile, David got together with Timmy for therapy.
Yeah.
We practiced throwing knives.
Yeah, as your like expression of all emotion. Just throw knives at things.
What you want to do is hit the apples. But I'm not going to make you redo it because that would be more... We already spent enough time talking about airports and everything else. So... Yeah, and then they all went on a certain amount of missions. I think the only mission that August went on was the mission that, from what it sounded like around the table, that everybody went on together.
Yeah, I think that's what we decided, yeah.
Which maybe was the reason why August was like, I'm not going to therapy. But all these missions compared to that first one you guys were on was whether you guys were more grizzled, more hardened from the events of the Concrete City, or maybe they were just purposely chosen to be easier missions. You'll never know.
Okay.
But from all these missions, like you guys feel more accomplished and more you gain confidence in your abilities and grew as a team, got to know the SSD a little bit better, and how they work. And so that is what has happened. And then you guys all receive pretty much a letter wherever you guys are, wherever you guys are kind of just chilling and relaxing. You guys receive like a big kind of like that orange cardboard letter envelope. There we go, that was the word I was looking for. To where you see you notice that there's like the seal of the SSD on there, which I can't remember if I ever made one up.
Well, you're gonna have to now.
No, too much creativity on the spot.
Yeah, it's like just a pickle. No, it's I don't know. I imagine it would be, let's see, the SSD. It's probably just a square, like a blue square with like a very generic. I'm trying to think of like an animal, like not like a
badger,
like what a badger or a raccoon. Anyway, a gerbil. But anyway, it's
capybara.
But yeah, pretty much there's just this very simple kind of outline of just the first thing that came to mind was a mole, because we were talking about the Charity Palooza event, and I'm remembering someone got slippy shoes by stepping on a mole and then just sliding across the map.
Yep, that wasn't ours.
So it's gonna be a mole.
Okay.
Someone remember that. Until I remember if there was originally an SSD logo. So you guys get that, and you guys all immediately know what this is. And inside, it gives you instructions to where you guys are going to a small town. There seems to be an Eyes of Ophidian meeting happening there. Oh yeah, there's the dumb logo. Yeah, that's what it is. It's gonna be the stupid ghost that I drew all those years ago.
Just
it's yeah, and that actually has a blue background. It's literally that. It's like a child drawn ghost. I'm the child that drew that ghost. But anyway, yeah, it's like a little cartoon ghost on a blue background. There we go. Funny thing is, I see it there, and I looked over, and I can see it in the other group chat.
That's exactly where I copied it from.
So with that, they tell you your mission is to find out where they're meeting, find out if there's any important people there. Sorry, what did I say? Did I say where? They know they're meeting in the town. So find out why they're meeting. Let me say it again. Why they're meeting, who is the person putting this together, and if possible, to break this up, the meeting up, without it spilling into the town.
Wait, what was the third one? Find who set it up?
Sorry, I'll say the three again because
Oh, it was the second one. Yeah, what was the second one?
It is find the reason why they're meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Who is putting this meeting together?
Yeah, okay.
And if possible, to stop, whether apprehend or break up this meeting without it going down into the town.
Okay.
And so they said the last one only do if you are comfortable. Like if you feel like you can do that.
Okay. Do we know anything else about the Eye of Ophidian over the 12 years that we have been with the SSD?
If you want to roll occult and then there's a specific, yeah, and then if you guys want to give a specific question, then
oh my gosh, a specific question,
or like or a just general vibe or something.
David apparently really doesn't know anything about them. With a 98 over 21.
I got a 58 over 20. So no.
In August is probably like, I gotta leave my research.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing he doesn't care.
Okay.
Oh, he's rolling.
Oh.
What's that?
Occult.
Occult.
I am pretty sure I failed that because I don't think I have anything in occult. Yep, that was a 81 over 5.
Why are we so dumb? 12 years is a long time. We should know something.
I mean, if it was library use or computer use, then sure.
I know, library use, I would be all
is.
about that. Yeah, I have a good library. So dumb. Okay, so we know nothing. We know nothing.
You haven't learned anything new. But to be fair, the missions that you guys were on were like they kind of put you all over. So it's not like you guys were only doing Eyes of Ophidian missions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, that was probably on purpose.
Yeah.
Sorry, there was something I forgot to look up as I'm like rushing to just make sure to find one thing out. As let's see. All right. So, but then you guys see that in your, as I lost roll 20 again. As you read the paper, you feel that there's something still left in that envelope, and you dump it out, and you see that you guys have a reservation. Here's the other thing. I wrote that date, and then I was like, I don't actually know what day April 24th, 1984 is. Where's that calendar tracker? No.
Well, Johnny, you would have been a little baby boy.
How does it make you feel?
Not a baby, you've been 4.
Where's that stupid calendar app I have? Probably just easier to just type it into Google at this point.
That would have been almost 5.
I wasn't thought of.
Me neither.
We're old. We're old, John.
I know.
All right, well, let me...
Thursday. It was Thursday.
Sweet, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, so that still works. So you see that you guys have a reservation for pretty much a week's reservation starting on April 24th, 1984. Oops, as I dropped my phone. At the inn in Jim Thorpe. That's what I was looking up because I'm like, I know this is an old place. And come on. There you go.
Oh,
That's
Leisure Lane. That's where I'm going.
I don't think that's where the inn is.
I love Jim Thorpe.
Yep. We go there a lot.
Well, good. So now you'll know where it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so
It's
Jim...
haunted.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mark on the map kind of general location where the inn is. Oop, that was a terrible mark. Yeah, so right kind of down there in that general area off of 24 Broadway. And I looked up this because I was like, there's got to be old hotels. This maybe in the little brochure you see that it says that in... Where'd it go? I just saw it.
Wow, those are some steep hills.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so pretty much this building was made in like the 1849, and that, like before that, caught on fire, was rebuilt, and then was turned into a hotel that survived the Depression, and like all the coal towns kind of going kaput, and then was kind of restored. It says restored during the 80s. It doesn't say exactly when as I'm looking through their history. You figured they would put that in there. Oh, never mind. Hold on. It says it was brought back and restored to its original splendor in 1988. Well, I'm going to say it's still open.
It's still there. Oh,
it's still there, but it's not the...
I gotcha. Okay.
It's not the
the renovated,
yes.
updated. You're sending us to like old bedraggled haunted inn, essentially, which is my favorite.
So, but yeah, you guys all gonna get there. They didn't tell you who's on your team. One thing that you guys noticed that you guys really don't know who's going to be there until you're there.
Okay. I would imagine I would know that August is coming. We do talk.
Do you?
I talk to him.
After that one mission? After our 2 SSD missions together?
We're twins. We can't not.
Sure.
So are we all like arriving separately?
We're together.
I don't know. Does August arrive on his own? How about this? I know there's a train.
There's a train.
So
I mean, we live close to each other in the Philadelphia area, unless.
But would you guys still live? Yeah, that's the thing. Would you guys have still lived close to each other?
I mean, I would imagine that Deli would have kept her bookstore, so I don't see her really like changing locations or moving.
Yeah, and I don't know that August would have had like any reason to like move out based on like the institution and stuff he was working at in Philadelphia. I think he'd stay in the region.
We see his notes: set Deli's bookshop on fire for her to leave alone.
Aww. So mean.
That wouldn't work, because then she'd have nothing to distract her with. And then she would be
just
around
come and
all
live
the
with
time.
you. Yeah.
And then, I don't even know if we ever said where David lives.
I think David's either in Centralia or Mount Carmel or somewhere very close to Centralia. I'm thinking probably... I still have on the character sheet that he's in Centralia, but I think the town is probably like in tatters at this point, and he's probably more between Centralia and Mount Carmel.
I think historically... I think you'd probably be in Mount Carmel, because I think historically, at this point, the forced evacuations were happening. Of course, they didn't have a giant man running through the streets and everything, but I think historically, that's when it's kind of right around this time when the government was like, no, you can't stay here. So being in Mount Carmel, and you probably have more business opportunities with your private investigation stuff in there, or in Pittsburgh, but any poop.
I think David stayed kind of in that general area, just in terms of, that's his primary research area is in that area, so he wouldn't be being away from that area by a lot anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I think David would have driven to Jim Thorpe on his own.
Okay. So we'll do this. We're on the train. Whether they maybe Deli planned for her and August to come together, but just August knows that he has a train ticket now, and he's like, well, this is when I have to be here. And then looks over and sees his sister. and trains, I don't know, that probably would have been a couple hour journey there
from Philly
to Jim Thorpe.
Yeah, it's usually what, like 2.5 hour car ride.
No, it's an hour and a half, so I would say it's probably like a 2 hour train ride.
Yeah,
say it's an 8 hour one, just that way.
Oh jeez.
That way we can get rid of August's remaining sanity. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's insane.
No, but you guys will get there, and you guys are looking around, and you see like a handful of like random people. No one's really sticking out. You notice this kind of just older woman that kind of seems to be sitting alone, kind of just looking through this book. But there's...
Can Deli tell what it is?
It's like some nondescript book. Like it looks like the book sleeve was left at home, or like taken off.
How far away is she?
She's like if you see her, like you would be walking to like the bathroom car. If but yeah, she's only like a couple seats away.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's kind of sitting there and just kind of keeping to herself, and then you can see like a couple other people that are just kind of sitting there and mind their own business, and then you guys after a while you pull into the station, and this is where I don't know where the station in Jim Thorpe is, but I'm just looking.
It's literally right in the middle of the town at the bottom, so I'll show you where it is actually on the...
Jim Thorpe's basically...
It is like right here.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking.
Yep.
And so, you know what? I'm going to retcon what I was saying. You guys know that you guys are there. And so, pretty much, you guys get to there, and you can see that David is waiting there with his car, just kind of waiting for you guys to get off the train. And
oh, you mean I'm gonna pick these guys up? What?
You don't have to. It was just a suggestion.
No. So I guess so we would know that I would have had at least contact that they were going to be arriving by train.
Yes, I retconned my own thing because I think
it makes sense to at least know what members are going to be there, even if you.
I think you guys all have. I think you guys have like code names. So,
oh no! Now I have to come up with a code name for myself.
You would be like Agent Books because you work at a bookstore.
It's not much of a code name. Everyone would know that.
I'm Agent Seasons.
And August is Agent Month.
I was just thinking that.
Agent Bubbles.
Oh no! It's August is Agent Month, and then Adele is Agent. Shoot, I was gonna. It is a deli, but I'm trying to think of what would it be called. Like where you would. Is there like another name?
Like
Agent Sandwich.
Corner store.
Or you could play off the farmer in the dell and just call her Agent Farmer.
Farmer.
No, this is Timmy providing the name Agent Apple.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is
Agent
very
Apple.
Timmy. Yeah.
So it'd be like Agent Honeycrisp, Agent Granny, and Agent.
Oh my gosh! Fiji is an apple.
Yeah, Fiji.
Agent Fiji.
Okay, that's
Pink
guys,
Lady.
We're gonna
Someone could be the Pink Lady apple.
Oh, that's definitely August. But no, we're pretty much we're gonna figure it out in the break. What codename apple you guys all are?
I'm sure there's an internet quiz
wait,
for it.
I'm gonna find a list and we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll to find out what it is.
Oh my god!
I'm sure there's an internet
so
quiz.
Complicated.
You guys don't call each other that, but it's mainly just through the mail and everything. Because it'd be weird if it's like, hey, someone's smoke alarm's going off. It'd be weird if someone was like, Agent Granny Smith, as you're talking to a young man. No, but it's mainly just code names, so that way everyone knows who's who. But anyway, yeah, you pick them up, and I imagine, well, it would probably be a couple years since the Lockharts have seen David.
Well, I was gonna ask, like, how long since that last mission together?
So my initial gut instinct is that the first mission was you on your own, and then the second one of the the 3 that I had, your second mission would have been all 3 of us together, so it'd be like the middle one.
All right, then let's find out. John, roll me a d12, and that's gonna, because since that was your only mission, we're gonna find out when this mission was. And if you roll a 1 or a 12, it's gonna be real weird.
Where is my 12?
It's just to make you roll 2 d10s.
All right, that is an 11.
11. That's still weird.
Those last 2 missions were close together for me, apparently.
Yep.
Must have been some really some simple-ish thing on the last one or something.
Yeah, it was filing.
It was a mission to go get apples for Timmy.
Yeah.
And Timmy's like, dude, I need apples now. Stat.
Yeah, Timmy would say dude in the way before. He'd be that grandpa that's trying to be hip with the kids. So, but yeah, you guys, you're all catching up, and yeah, so it's been a couple years. We'll say it was early in the year, so of year whatever you said. Should have made you roll a d10 or a d8. That way there would have been a little bit more time.
So as we walk up, August kind of, takes in their group and kind of has a dejected sigh and, like, looks at each of them and is like, you guys remember how things went the last time we were together, right?
What? It was fine. It's only been a couple years since that.
Uh-huh.
You're not still going on about that first one, are you?
Deli kind of like punches him in the shoulder and like throws her arm around David, and she's like, look at this beautiful place. Nothing can go wrong here, right? Come on, look at it. It's great. Augie, we'll be fine.
August kind of looks
famous
around.
Last words, but it is pretty.
August looks around and is like, I will admit it's a step up from wasted out cement buildings in the middle of a creepy forest.
Oh, just wait till you see the hotel.
Up a lot.
Just wait till you see the end. It looks fantastic.
All right. Well, at least
I imagine David would have driven by the end.
Like, she like whispers to him. She's like, "You better not be lying to him."
I imagine David would have driven by the end before going over to the train station to pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the lady with the book? Did she get off the train?
Yeah, no, she got off here and.
Okay, so if she's like standing on the platform, Adele wants to like, she just randomly walks over to this woman, like in the middle of everyone talking, and she goes, "I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I just couldn't help but notice that you were reading on the train. I own a bookstore, and so I just have to know what were you reading?"
And like you see, this woman has got a little bit of hunchback and is holding a cane, and just kind of looks over you, and she's just young whippersnapper's always trying to get in. It'd just be better if you stay out of my way. It was Charles Dickens.
Well, I'm very sorry I didn't.
No, I don't like traveling.
Just from one book lover to another, right? Like, I just have to know.
Yeah, since it's been a while since I talked with somebody who shares the passion. My son, he had other things, but no, yeah, it's one of Dickens' works. It's as I'm like only remembering the Christmas Story. Wait, did he write the? He did the tale
Oliver
too?
Twist.
Oliver Twist. Yeah, we'll say.
Great Gatsby, I think, if memory serves.
Charles Dickens. No. That's not how you spell his name. Whatever. Books.
Just go with like a first, second edition Oliver Twist. That'll make her real excited.
She is reading. wow, some of these I never heard of. I'm like just scrolling through. I'm like,
there's a lot of Charles Dickens books that we don't read.
mm-hmm. Oh, well, David Copperfield.
Oh yeah, I forgot about David Copperfield.
I remember watching a cartoon on David Copperfield. And she's like, what's this?
I remember watching him make a building disappear on TV.
I was waiting for that joke. But she's like, oh, this book, it reminds me of my son, but he never calls,
I'm sorry. Do you live here in Jim Thorpe?
No, just visiting an old friend.
Oh.
But no, don't let me keep you up. But and then like a taxi pulls up, and she's like, yes, just enjoy yourself. Be careful.
You too. It was nice. It was nice meeting you. I'm Adele, by the way.
That's nice. And just gets in the car and just rides away.
And so Adele just comes kind of flittering back to the two of them.
David watches, it's like, new friend?
Yeah, I mean, anyone who reads a book is a new friend.
And August just kind of shakes his head and is like, why do you have to bother poor old ladies? Just let them read their books.
She was lonely. She said that her son never calls her. Also, she was a little bit odd. I just got like an aura of mystery, which doesn't feel like it bodes well.
August raises a finger and is like, no auras.
Let's go to our room. Come on, David, where's the inn?
So it's like, just put your stuff in the back. We'll head over to the hotel.
Adele throws her bag in the back. I don't know that she had. Well, we have a week. Yeah, I guess she would have brought a bag.
Suitcase of some sort.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And from there, we see the car pull away in the opposite direction of the taxi, and maybe a failed friendship. But who knows? As we see the car pulled up to an old, weathered building with the words, "The Inn," on chipped paint scrawled over top of the door. And from there, we'll see you guys next week.
We made a lot of progress tonight, guys.
Yeah, we got to.
See, August, I told you it was fantastic. Isn't this great?
It's got more walls than any of the concrete buildings did.
Distinct lack of weird doors in the floor.
Don't worry, give it time.
You don't know.
So, with that, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys for playing, and we'll be back next time.
Bye.
Yeah.
The